Hi friends, this is Lily. Today I am going to show you how to make some no tuna sandwiches or no tuna mix. And that is made with garbanzo beans. So first we're going to have to put on our aprons so that we're real cooks. And then we're going to make the sauce. So you know when you have a tuna salad, you usually would mix it with mayonnaise, but we don't eat mayonnaise. It's full of oil and fat and dairy products, so we're not going to use that. So instead, we're going to use cashews. That is got fat, but that's not oil. This is a whole food. So we're going to mix this. I have some lemon juice and some apple cider vinegar because it usually is a little tangy. Just a little bit of salt and some water. And that is it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in our blender. We're going to put in 1 cup of cashews that have been soaked. That makes them really soft. So we're going to put that in there. Use my handy dandy tool. Make sure we get them all. Then I have a tablespoon of lemon juice and a tablespoon and a half of apple cider vinegar. We're going to pour that in there. Then maybe a little bit of sea salt, not a lot because we don't eat a lot of salt. And you can leave it out if you want to, or you can put it in. That's kind of up to you. And then I'm going to put in 3/4 of a cup of water. And now that is it. So get a close-up over here, hon. We're going to turn it on. I'm just going to knock down some of this stuff. It was turned on high for some reason. I didn't want to start out on high, but it's no big deal. Go ahead and get a shot inside here, honey. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn it on low. As you can see, it's getting nice and creamy. I'm going to turn it on a little bit higher. I don't think it takes more than that because as you can see it's nice and creamy. There's no more chunks. Alright, so now we've got our sauce. We call it a sour cream sauce, but it's not really sour cream. And I'm going to put it in a jar and I'll keep it in the fridge. And again, this is technically a sour cream recipe, and so you can use it on things where you would use sour cream. Like I think I'm going to make fajitas this week, and you know, like all the Mexican dishes, they like having sour cream. So this might be really good. And then we're going to store it in the refrigerator, and there we go. All right, there's that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is make our untuna sandwiches. So what I've got here is I've got 3 cups of garbanzo beans. And I cook these myself, so I put in 3 cups. But I think if you buy canned garbanzo beans, you'll want the ones without salt, if you can. You'd want 2 cans. So we're going to put them in here. All right. Come close. Show. Okay, we got our garbanzo beans in here. Now all I'm going to do with these is I'm going to pulse it because I don't want to make them smooth. I want them to be just shredded. So I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to, oops, I got to plug it in. Trade places with the blender, and we're just going to pulse. I know it's kind of hard to see, but as you can see, It's not smooth. It's still chunky. So it's up to you how chunky you like it. You know, you don't want it smooth like a paste. So I think I'm just going to pulse it a little bit more. Alrighty, I like that right there. It's still a little bit chunky. Can you get a good look at that? So it's still a little chunky, but I like it like that. And you don't have to do it quite like that. You can make yours a little bit smoother if you want to. So what I'm going to do is put it back in this container. Now, what do you usually, back in the olden days when you used to have tuna salad, or maybe you never had tuna salad because you didn't like it, what did you used to put in it? I used to put in it onions and celery and pickle relish. That's how I used to do it, and so that's how I'm going to do it this time. I got some red onions. I have about a 1/4 cup of red onions. I'm going to put that in there, and I chopped them up. And you chop them up as fine as you want. If you don't like biting into big pieces of onion, then you cut them smaller. So now I've got the celery. This is a 1/2 cup of celery, and I chopped that kind of small. I like the crunchy when I'm eating this. Then, the next thing I used to always add was some dill, some relish. Now, there's two kinds of relish. This is dill relish with no sugar, and then you got the kind of relish that has, it's called sweet relish because it's got sugar in it. Whatever you want, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put in a couple spoonfuls of this because I like it. That probably adds up to about a 1/4 cup. Then my husband, he likes a little bit of mustard in his. So I'm going to put in some mustard. Not a lot. I mean, it's up to you what you like. Now, if it was tuna, it would have a fishy taste, right? But maybe you don't like fishy taste. I don't mind a little bit of fishy taste. So what I'm going to do is I can add some kelp granular, some kelp, or Bragg's has a kelp mixture, or you could add Dulce flakes. That has a fishy flavor. They're all seaweeds, is really what they are. And of course, if you make sushi, you might have some nori. And this is just dried seaweed. You could chop that up, and yep, smells like fish. Put that in there. And then the last option that I have here at my house is this stuff right here. You can get different flavors, but in Japanese cooking, they have rice balls. So they just take some sticky rice, roll it in balls, and then roll it in this. And it is a fishy flavor. And this has also got salt and some other things in it. Sesame seeds, it's got some sugar, it's got seaweed, carrot, celery, spinach, paprika. You could put some of that in it. So my choice, I think today I'm going to use this. Next time I might use this. And if you don't like that fishy flavor, you don't have to use it at all. It's still delicious. So I'm going to put in some of this. Give it a little bit of flavor. All right. Now, we've got this. So now let's add our sauce. Now you add in as much sauce as you want. Some people like it a little more, I don't know, juicy. Would that be the right word for it? Creamy. And some people don't. So come close, honey. Come. My honey is my photographer, my movie holder. So he's going to, so yeah, I want you to, when you fold it in, you kind of do it sideways. That way you don't mash things. You just do it sideways. And then that way it mixes without smashing. All right. Now, do we need more sauce in there to make it a little bit creamier? Probably not. You can see it's pretty creamy. You got a good shot of that? All right, so now there's a couple ways you can eat it. Obviously, you can put it on a sandwich. And it would be really good if you put sliced tomatoes on here. I don't have any, so we can't do that. Sometimes I like this on an English muffin. I have my English muffin, a half here with stuff and another half with more stuff. This makes a great sandwich. My grandkids actually liked it. So if the grandkids like it, then you know it's good, because they're kind of picky. So what we have here is the sandwich. You can even put lettuce on here if you wanted to. The other thing we kind of like is you have a salad, and you could just put a dollop of this on your salad. Have you ever had tuna fish on a salad? Anyways, there you go. And then you could use that instead of your dressing. So that is that. Now, if you have any questions or you want some advice, you can contact me at my email. I'm going to give out my email. It's Lily in Utah. It's LILYINUTAH@gmail.com. So feel free to contact me if you have questions or you need help changing over to a plant-based diet. And remember, wear your apron so you're a real cook and enjoy your food. Bye.